From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh, but.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Here we are. This is D with an update on the quarantine tank that I have been raising my molly and platy fry in, as well as, if you notice, my shrimp are still doing pretty well. Thanks to Neon Tetra Aquarist. I have to thank him because I always tell him that he inspired me to keep the shrimp. I never had luck with shrimp. Been overcomplicating things. But as you can see, I got some beautiful cherry reds right here. And a few varieties, actually. They've been coloring up pretty well in this tank because I don't have a lot of equipment on it. It's basically a ton of moss, a ton of plants, and they seem to respond pretty well to that. I don't dose anything for the plants in this tank, which is probably one of the reasons that I had bad luck with it in the past. I was using things like Excel and plant fertilizers, which I actually come to realize, I didn't really think about it, but they are high in iron, which is something that shrimp don't really do well with. So these guys are doing well. It's getting cold here in New York, and I'm going to be bringing the parents of the mollies back inside soon. I'm trying to focus. There you go. That's a good shot. I'm going to be bringing the parents inside soon. I have quite a few fish outside in the pond that I have out there for the summer. And I noticed quite a few fry outside, but the temperatures dropped all of a sudden, so I'm hoping that I can still get those guys inside before they have any detrimental effects. There are quite a few bit of snails in here, if you can see these. I don't know what kind of snails they are. They're pretty small, but they're fast as hell. If you look, you can see these guys are really fast, and I have quite a few of them. I'll try to get a shot as I'm looking in the back of the tank there. It's kind of hard to see from there, but I can see it with the naked eye. Try to focus back there. Okay, now if I zoom, see them back there on the glass, those little white specks. Now it wants to focus on a shrimp. When I wanted to focus on a shrimp, it didn't want to focus. But anyway, okay, you can see them back there. Quite a few shrimp. And quite a few of these snails. I got one Daniel. The Daniels did not do well. I tried it. I got really bored with them. They did not breed. I moved them from tank to tank, breeding setups. As you can see, little Red is in there. He's still chilling. One of my platy fry, one of the first generation that were in here. I moved a few fish from this tank outside, and I moved some of the fry up to the main planted tank, but they didn't do well in the move. Should have probably just left them in here, but I cleaned out this tank today. It's still kind of spotty because I didn't clean the glass, and I'll get into that in another video. But for the most part, this tank is being run by an internal filter. Pretty simple. The little Tetra internal filter box. Pretty much all I do is water changes on this tank. From time to time, I'll drop carbon in that little filter box there, but it's so densely planted, I never have any problems with this tank. And like I say, keep it simple. If simple works, why overcomplicate it? The shrimp are doing well. I don't know if they've been breeding in there. I'm hoping that they do. This tank is just basically, I don't know what you'd call it. There's a word for a biotope. That's what I call it, biotope. It's kind of self-perpetuating. You got snails in here. You got little creatures in here that all contribute to the main cause, and the tank's doing well. I use this for quarantining, but right now, since I have the shrimp in there, I've been holding back from like buying fish and stuff. I may get another pair of mollies because I have been really impressed with the color of mollies that I've been getting locally. But with the winter coming, with the fall coming, that's going to probably stop really soon. So I like to just sit and watch this tank take on a little life of its own. As you can see, the pothos is constantly having to be cut and pruned back. I deadhead it because if you let it grow too much, it'll actually suck up too much light and suck up too much of the nutrients from the water, and it becomes kind of a quarry, if you will. Whereas these tips will die off because there's so much root growth from the pothos. So if you grow pothos, expect to cut it back a lot and expect to trim the roots if you want to keep it while the plants or the other plants will pretty much look like not too great. They grow, but they don't look too lush. But anyway, that's my little update. I see Red is out. A few of the smaller guys are all in the cut. Hard to get them in that moss. But stay tuned, click subscribe. Soon I'll be going to the pond to see if any of those fish are still kicking it. The temperatures have been dropping and increasing and dropping, and I've been working ridiculous hours, so I have not had the chance to take them in. I'll probably do that this weekend, first opportunity. So thank you guys for watching. Thank all my saltwater people for having patience. I'm a freshwater dude, I'm a saltwater dude. I am just a aquarium fanatic. So I'm gonna leave this off with a shot of the main planted tank, which I took about a whole garbage pail full of plants and roots out of, so that these guys could actually see. And I'll leave it at that. Till next time, this is D signing out. Keeping my sanity by keeping my aquariums, baby. Take time to sit back and relax. Alright, I'm out. See ya.